Hi guys, and welcome to our Machine Learning Engineer Orientation. My name is Molly and I'm a student advisor.
Hi, I'm Sophie and I'm also a student advisor.
Great, and we'll be orienting you today. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to be switching off between myself and Sophie, so you might get two different views as the day goes on, as the orientation goes on. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into things. So we're going to start off by sharing our screen. Awesome, and present. Great, yeah, so as I was saying, welcome to our orientation. On behalf of ourselves and many others here at Springboard, we just want to say thank you so much for continuing your education with us. We really appreciate it, and we hope you have a great start to your course for the July cohort. We'll start off with our agenda. So first, we'll jump into course structure, then we'll move to course support. Next, tips to succeed in the course. So these are tips that differentiate students who we find are extremely successful in the course to those who might struggle a bit. We'll move on to next steps, and then we'll end with a question and answer. Without further ado, the course structure. So this is a curated project-based curriculum, meaning that rather than being limited to in-house materials, we partner with a lot of really great outside resources to make this a dynamic and all-encompassing course. Some of these examples are Data Camp. We also use Piazza, Domino, AWS. So you will see a couple different login and access codes as you move through the curriculum, but do know that this is all through our platform. Another really great thing about this being project-based is that as you work through the curriculum, you're immediately using what you're learning in your capstone projects. You'll have two different capstone projects, and we'll talk about that a little later in the orientation. But as you move through each unit, you'll be learning new skills that you can then apply to your capstone projects. So again, really dynamic and a student-centered project-based curriculum. Next, we have our online community. So this is something that I feel really passionately about. Our online community is hosted in Piazza, one of the outside resources that I just mentioned. This is where you'll be able to connect with students and alumni who are also in the program or who were in the program similar to you. So this hosts students who are in the January cohort, on the February cohort, in March, and it also has students who have just started, like you guys, in July. So it's a great tool to use, and I would say it's a great resource to lean on. Meet all the people that are in the course with you. Say hi. There's also a community manager named Luca. We'll talk about him in a second, but he'll be a great resource for you as well. This is the place where you can go to ask questions, meet other students, connect, join study groups, and just kind of humanize the online learning path that we have. Another portion of our course structure is our weekly office hours. These are Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Office hours encapsulates a lot of really great topics. We have career topics where we bring in other industry experts and interview them. We have general Q&A just about the curriculum and the course. We also bring in mentors that they can shed their light on the course and their work with other mentees. And it's just a great place, again, to meet other students. This is live on Zoom, similar to what our recording is on. And it is hosted by a couple of us student advisors and then also by two mentors. So definitely join us at office hours, get your questions answered, and have some time away from the course to meet other students and mentors and student advisors who are also on the platform with you. Next, we have our 30-minute one-on-one mentor call. So this is your one-on-one time with an industry expert. You will find out who your mentor is on Friday, and this is just your time to, one I want to say is take really seriously, because it is that really crucial time to ask the questions you might be having as you work through the curriculum. You can also just talk to them about their day-to-day life, understand their role as a machine learning engineer, ask them questions, get to know them. I think they are a crucial component of not only our course structure, but also our course support. And these are weekly 30-minute calls on the same day each week. So you'll find out who your mentor is Friday and then also when your mentor call time is. So it might be, Monday at 5 p.m. or Friday at 4 p.m. It's based off of your availability that you suggested in your student profile. Cool. And last but certainly not least, we have your career coaches. Your career coaches are going to be a little bit more important towards the end of your time in the course, as this is a 6-month program. The first 3 months, you might focus a little bit more on the content and curriculum, but in the following 3 months, you'll have a lot more focused time with your career coaches, with that job interview, getting a job, interview tips and tricks, focusing on your resume, and they will be crucial to helping you with that. And you will be prompted in the curriculum to reach out to your career coach. I know many students will ask me early on, when can I have my career coach call? The curriculum will just automatically prompt you to schedule a call with your career coach. And yeah, just super, super bright people who are going to give you all the tips and tricks that you need to get your job and to prepare you for the job search process. So just kind of taking an eagle eye look back, these are the 5 main components of your course structure, how you can utilize them and how you can make the most of your course. Cool, so now we'll go to completion requirements. So to be able to apply to complete the course, which will then stop your billing and end your 6 months in the course, you will need to complete 100% of the curriculum, meaning all of the units and projects will need to be submitted and passed before you are able to apply to complete. Alongside that, you will also need to pass and submit both capstone projects, including your career project. Finally, you'll have to pass all of your 4 mock interviews, 1 behavioral and 3 technical. This does seem like a lot, but this is just all really wonderful information that will really help you get to the next step in your career. And yeah, all really useful things you can bring not only to your interview, but also show off in your portfolio at the end of the time in the course. You'll see a little image at the bottom of the screen. You can find your completion progress anytime you want to in your dashboard, in your student dashboard. You can just click completion progress, and this allows you to see what you have accomplished, what you still need to accomplish, what you've passed, what you haven't passed. And these are things that you can then bring up in your mentor call. So for example, you might say, hey, my capstone project, unit 2.3, I have actually submitted that. Have you had a chance to look over that, or do you have any feedback of that project for me? So definitely take a look at this and utilize your progress bar in your student dashboard during your time in the course. Cool, so I'm gonna hand things off to Sophie.
All right, hi guys. So next is course support. So just a little overview. First is your student advisor. So Molly has been the student advisor for this course, but going forward, it will your student advisor will be myself. My name is Sophie. So yeah, if you have any questions or want to get into contact with me, just use the email sophie@springboard.com. So student advisors are really here for anything that has to do with the Springboard experience or the Springboard platform. We are unfortunately not data scientists or, experts in machine learning or artificial intelligence. So, anything that's really technical or course specific, you should be going to your mentor to ask questions or into your online community. But, I'm here for, if you want to do progress check-ins, if you want to schedule calls to talk about accountability or create a study plan, time management, anything to do with your mentor, or just your general Springboard experience, that is what I am here for, and happy to help in any way that I can. Next, these are some additional supports. Leo, especially, you may be getting some emails from. Leo is really helpful with sort of technical support and anything with billing, so don't be surprised if you get an email from Leo. Your mentor, so you will be matched with your mentor on Friday, June 28th. Your mentor is really there for, project support, feedback, they can also give you general industry guidance. They are experts in their field and have a lot of industry experience. So, you aren't totally limited to, talking about course material. You can talk about your mentor's experience in the industry as well. All right. You do have unlimited mentor calls, so you can schedule these through your call tab. And like I said, they're there for technical support on coursework and sort of some stuff beyond as well. Your community manager is Luca. Your community manager lives sort of in your online community. Luca's usually able to respond to things within roughly 24 hours. So it's a really great place if you have technical questions that I may not be able to answer. I probably definitely can't answer, and or your mentor can't answer at, in a timely way. You can post your question in your online community, and Luca will be able to answer, or other students might be able to answer as well. Luca's great for project feedback or questions about the course. Lastly, you have your career coaches. You can schedule calls in the curriculum. Career coaches are fantastic people for support. If you need help writing your resume, if you need help with interview tips and tricks, a ton of resources here to help you through that career process. So how can you make the most out of the course? We're going to go over some sort of tips and tricks here. Tip one is about time management. So, we do have this study tool for weekly goal setting and scheduling that's really helpful. It is an estimate, so some portions may take you longer than an estimate, some may take you less time, so just be mindful of that. It's not, a perfect algorithm, but it's definitely a helpful way to sort of plan for the week ahead, which I highly recommend. Things to also think about, how are you going to prioritize this course? Many of us we all have lives outside of Springboard and family and friends and distractions. And so thinking about, how you're going to prioritize the course, how you're going to manage those interruptions, how you're going to avoid procrastinating. These are things that student advisors can help you with, but also things that are really important to kind of think about going into the course and to be mindful of and plan for. So here's sort of a general course timeline. You're here at orientation. The course start date is July 1st. And then 6 months from now will be January 2020, which is crazy. And that is your course timeline. So very exciting stuff. Tip number 2, develop your mentor relationship. So, think about going into how you're going to go into your first call. Think about, a lot of people want to talk to their mentors about, what brought them to Springboard. What are your goals? What are you hoping to achieve long-term and short-term? This is a great time to get to know your mentor and their experiences as well. You can set your agenda 24 hours in advance, or your call topics, and that's a nice way to sort of let your mentor prepare for the call and also keep track of your own ideas and thoughts going into the call itself. It's really important that you communicate cancellations or rescheduling at least 24 hours in advance. We want to respect our mentor's time, just as we expect them to communicate the same in the same way with you. So keep that in mind. Additionally, there's an option to give feedback by rating the calls at the end of the call, which your student advisor will receive. So definitely use that feature as a way to provide feedback. All right, tip 3, I'm engaging in the community. So we talked about this a little bit, but there are multiple ways in which you can engage with the Springboard community. Ask questions. Going into your online community, you have current students from past cohorts, you have alumni, you have your community manager. These are all people who have a wide breadth of experience and knowledge. So, ask questions, answer questions, share resources. You can create or join, study groups if you live near folks who are also in the course, or chat online. Attending office hours and career info sessions, all of those are posted in the upcoming events part of your profile. You can also request topics for office hours. So, this is a great way to sort of engage with other mentors who are present for office hours, or industry experts, or other, alumni. It's a fantastic way to sort of stay involved and ask questions if you'd like to. Tip 4, follow the career units. So this is super important. Don't skip them. Finish each unit in order before, scheduling your call on that particular topic. Make sure that you're kind of following the flow of the course so that you're able to keep up, and so that your mentor can sort of keep up with you as well. All right, so what happens next? Finish the pre-work before the start of the course. Start thinking about your capstone project topic. I know this seems early, but it's going to be here before you know it. And so start, thinking about topics or data sets that you're interested in, and can even bring those up in your first call with your mentor to kind of get the ball rolling. Meet your mentor via email. Once you get your introduction and your match on Friday, shoot your mentor an email introducing yourself, and get the ball rolling on that communication as well. Set up backup links, so if Zoom or Skype or whatever you use isn't working that day, you have other forms of communication. And yeah, let's see. And that's about it. So thank you for joining us today. If you have more questions, feel free to check out the student guide or search them using Beacon in the curriculum. You can also email me, sophie@springboard.com, and I'd be happy to answer any Springboard experience related questions as well, or maybe point you in the right direction. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for our orientation, and welcome to Springboard, and happy learning.